Next, we'll review how to acquire a brewery clean glass and the value it has to you, your company, and the consumer. A brewery clean glass is a glass that is not only sanitized, but also free of body and food oils, foreign odors and tastes, perfumes, lipstick, dust, and food residue. A brewery clean glass maintains a head with tight bubbles. If the head on the beer dies, this indicates that it may not be a brewery clean glass. A brewery clean glass prevents the CO2 bubbles from breaking out and rising in the beer. Many people think the CO2 that they see bubbling up through the glass of beer is the way beer should look. Actually, what they are seeing is the CO2 leaving the beer. Thus, the beer in the glass is going flat right in front of their eyes. It is interesting to note that the head on a beer is only 25 to 30% beer. Let's drop in on Steve Hansen, who is giving a beer at its best seminar.
Look at them. Tell me if you can notice any difference between them. They look pretty much identical? Well, give me these back. Okay. Well, what do you say we go draw a few beers? Now, keep your eye on this beer. Bubbles are coming up from the bottom, and a lot of them are clinging to the inside wall of the glass. It looks flat. Not exactly beer at its best. The customer that gets this beer is not likely to order many more. Now I'll try the other glass. Notice I have nothing on my sleeve, no wires or trick mirrors. Now look at this beer. The head is holding, no bubbles coming up from the bottom, no bubbles on the inside wall of the glass. Now that is a good-looking beer. Now I'll pour a little off of each glass. This one looks even flatter when I pour some off. But this one, notice how the head is clinging to the inside of the glass. That's called lacing, and that's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, now how do we explain the difference between these two? Both glasses were clean, but only this one was beer clean. By beer clean, we mean a specially clean glass that has no oils or residue of any kind. You see, oils are the enemy of beer. If you wash a glass with an oil-based detergent, like this one, it'll leave an invisible film that'll ruin a glass of beer. Now, once you know how a beer should look in a glass, you can tell if you have a problem with your glasses. Another way to tell is to do this. Wet a glass, then sprinkle some salt on it. Now, where the salt won't stick, that's where there's oil on the glass. Now, I have one more little test, but in order to do this one, I'm going to need a volunteer.
It's got vanilla in it.
You sure?
Yeah, there's vanilla in there, all right.
There's no vanilla in there, but I did put some vanilla on the outside of the glass, near the top. The point is, our senses of taste and smell are so closely related that what we smell is sometimes often what we taste. So how do we make glasses beer clean? If you wash them manually, we recommend that you use the 3-sink system. Like the setup that I have here, step 1 is cleaning all 3 of the sinks very carefully. Use a scrub brush and some non-petroleum-based soap. And get all 3 sinks clean. After scrubbing, rinse thoroughly. You should do this with each water change. All right, once the sinks are clean, they're ready to be filled. The first sink we fill with our hot water and our soap. Now, this is critical. It must be a non-petroleum-based soap. Please use one that is recommended by the brewery. We open a packet and sprinkle it on the brushes. By the way, this 3-brush arrangement works very well because you can clean the inside and outside of the glass at the same time. Also, we put the soap in after we've filled the sink with water to eliminate some of the soap suds. Now, the second sink, that's our clear water rinse with lukewarm water. You should use a shorter drain tube here and keep the water running a little. That allows the overflow to carry off the soap suds. In the third sink, we're going to add our pre-dissolved disinfectant. Again, after the sink is filled. This is a health department requirement, and it's a good one that we should always keep in mind. Then, it's a simple process. Pour off whatever's left in a dirty glass. Somewhere else, not in one of your 3 sinks. Wash the glass on the brushes, something like this. Be sure and get the bottom too. Then you put it in the rinse sink using the heel-toe method. If you do it this way, you'll be trapping air in the glass, and this prevents the water from rinsing it. Instead, do it like this, so that it gets the glass completely rinsed. Then it gets dipped in a disinfectant, again, using the same method. And the washing is done.
Always wash your hands before washing glasses. People with sensitive skin may wish to wear rubber or latex gloves. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions on the container for proper water temperature and product portion usage. There are many brewery-approved cleaning agents and sanitizers. Health departments now recommend a 4-tank sink system. In this tape, we are using a 3-tank sink with a single sink dump tank, thus 4 tanks. Many of you still have a 3-tank sink arrangement similar to this. It is recommended that an accessory dump sink be added, as we have done here. As an inexpensive alternative to installing an accessory dump sink, you can purchase and place a bar sink drain tray or large funnel into the overflow pipe in the wash tank. This will facilitate dumping of glass contents prior to washing the glass and act as a dump tank, creating a 4-tank facsimile. It is important to take proper care of the sink and glass washing brushes. If they are not properly cleaned and dried, they will wear down quickly and be detrimental to the acquisition of a brewery clean glass. We recommend that you have 2 sets of brushes on hand so that they can be rotated into the wash sink each time the sink is refilled. You may be using either hand wash or electric glass washing brushes. The care is the same for each. If you are using electric brushes, you will need to use a brewery-approved low-foam suds washing detergent to prevent excess foaming. If you use pitchers or other large or odd-sized glasses in your operation, you may find the regular hand wash brushes or electric brushes cannot properly clean the inside or outside of these glasses. You will need to use a pitcher brush for the pitchers and other special types of brushes for the odd-sized glasses. Let's join Steve as he discusses glass drying and storage.
Now, there are right and wrong ways of drying glasses, too. The right way is to let the glass air dry on a raised rack that's high enough that the water can run down, through, and away. A shallow rack allows the water to form a seal around the bottom of the glass that prevents the air from getting inside and drying the glass. Now, there are some important don'ts. For example, don't put a glass on a bar towel to dry, because the water will wet the towel and form a seal, preventing the air from getting in, and the glass won't dry. Now, not only that, but bar towels are laundered and they're bleached, and you don't want the smell of bleach on the rim of your glasses. It's the same as the vanilla test. You taste what you smell. For the same reason, you don't want to dry your glasses with a towel, because of the bleach and also because of the lint that can be left behind. Now, I've been doing all the talking, so I need to know, are there any questions at this point?
If you machine wash, you don't have to worry about it, right?
Sort of. By machine wash, do you mean automatic glass washers?
Yeah, that's what we have.
If it's a glass washer, there's fewer problems. Just choose the right soap. However, there are some do's and don'ts for automatic dishwashers, just as with the sinks. You never want to wash glasses and dishes together. Always wash your beer glasses separately, and preferably immediately after making a water change, making sure you have plenty of soap and sanitizer. Now, you can usually let the glasses dry right in the rack before storing them. You know, if you take these few steps, you and your glassware will be getting along much better. How many of you chill glasses in a refrigerator that also contains food items? Well, the glasses are going to pick up food odors, all right? Anything that's in there. And remember, if you smell onions, you're going to taste onions too. For beer at its best, what you need to do is store your glasses in an odor-free and a smoke-free area. When served like this, not only will your customer drink more because it looks better and tastes better, but it won't fill them up as much either. And your efforts to have beer-clean glasses will show up on the profit line.
In summary, a brewery clean glass is a win-win process. The consumer is impressed with the presentation, appeal, and appearance of the beer in the glass. It also means a consistent pour each time you draw a beer. This reduces waste, ensures the consumer gets a consistent volume each time he receives a beer, and in turn increases the profitability of draft beer in your operation. A Brewery Clean glass allows you to serve beer at its best.